Have you ever wondered if your body is quietly revealing how many more years you may have left? After we pass 71, the question of longevity stops being abstract. It becomes personal. Each sunrise feels more precious, and every ache or change in rhythm makes you pause. Science shows that it isn't just luck that determines how long we'll live. There are specific signs, physical, mental, and emotional, that act like little messages from your body, pointing to your future. These signs aren't meant to frighten you. They are meant to wake you up to awareness. Think of them like road markers on a long journey. They don't predict the exact distance left, but they tell you whether the path ahead is smooth, rough, or in need of attention. Doctors and researchers have studied thousands of seniors, tracking patterns across decades, and they've found that a few surprising factors can reveal a lot about resilience and life expectancy. And here's something encouraging. While you can't control everything, you can influence many of these signs. Walking speed, lung strength, grip, memory, social ties, and optimism. Each one can be strengthened even late in life. I've met people who looked frail at 72, but by making small changes, they lived with vitality well into their 90s. I've also seen others ignore these signs, only to find themselves losing independence faster than they ever expected. So, as we begin, remember, this isn't about counting down years. It's about making the years ahead, whether it's 5, 10, or 20, the strongest, most meaningful ones possible. The 6 signs we'll explore are like windows into your future, and the more you understand them, the more power you have to shape the life you want to live. Of all the clues about how long you might live after 71, walking speed is one of the simplest, and yet one of the most powerful. At first glance, it feels almost silly. How could the pace of your steps possibly say anything about your future? But decades of research confirm it. The way you walk reflects the health of your heart, lungs, muscles, balance, and even your brain. Think of it like this. When you walk briskly, it shows that your body's systems are working in harmony. The heart pumps blood efficiently, the lungs draw in enough oxygen, the nervous system coordinates each step, and the muscles carry you forward with a steady rhythm. On the other hand, when walking slows noticeably without a clear reason, it can be a red flag, a silent message that your body is under stress. Take Leonard, a 77-year-old who never gave up his daily neighborhood strolls. His children noticed he moved faster than men 10 years younger. His doctor explained that his steady pace wasn't just habit, it was evidence of strong circulation, good lung function, and sharp cognitive health. By keeping that rhythm year after year, Leonard wasn't just exercising. He was writing his own future with every step. Doctors sometimes refer to this as gait speed. Studies even show that older adults who walk just a little faster than average often live significantly longer than those who slow down. And here's the uplifting part. Walking speed is something you can improve. Unlike your age or your genetics, it responds to practice. Every walk you take tells your body, "I'm not done yet." Even a 10-minute stroll can strengthen your muscles, stabilize your balance, and clear your mind. Some seniors I've met keep a log of how far they walk each day, treating it like a small game. Others walk in malls when the weather is bad, or find a walking buddy for motivation. Every step is an act of resistance against decline. So, if you want a quick snapshot of your health, don't just look in the mirror. Watch yourself walk. Are your steps steady, confident, and smooth? Or have they grown slower and hesitant? The answer may be more important than you realize. The strength of your lungs, the way you breathe in and out each day, is another powerful predictor of how long you may live after 71. Lung capacity is not just about filling your chest with air. It is the measure of how well your body can deliver oxygen to every cell, every muscle, and every organ that keeps you alive. Without it, energy dwindles, memory falters, and illness finds its way in. This is why doctors often say, your lungs are your lifeline. And they're right. Reduced lung capacity doesn't always announce itself with loud symptoms. It can creep in quietly, showing up as a little extra fatigue, a slight shortness of breath on the stairs, or needing more time to recover after simple chores. Many seniors dismiss these signs as just getting older, when in truth they may be the body's early warning system. James, at 80, experienced this firsthand. Climbing a single flight of stairs left him winded, something that never used to happen. Instead of ignoring it, he started practicing simple deep breathing exercises each morning and made walking outside part of his routine. Within months, he noticed his stamina improving. His doctor confirmed his blood oxygen levels were stronger, and his energy returned to where it had been years earlier. Medical research shows that lung health affects far more than breathing. Strong lungs support your immune system, reduce strain on your heart, and even sharpen your mental clarity. Oxygen is the body's fuel, and when the supply is weak, everything suffers. Experts in aging often argue about which lifestyle factor matters most: diet, exercise, sleep. But many now agree that lung health may be one of the most underrated. The encouraging truth is that you don't need fancy equipment to protect your lungs. Avoid smoking or smoky environments. Take walks in fresh air. Try gentle breathing practices, such as pursed lip breathing or simply inhaling deeply through your nose, holding, then slowly exhaling. These habits keep the chest muscles strong and the lungs flexible. Every deep, intentional breath is more than oxygen. It's a message to your body that you are still here, still fighting for strength, still living with purpose. And for those who listen to that message, the years ahead often feel more alive, more energetic, and more resilient. At first, grip strength might sound trivial. After all, who really cares how firmly you can hold a jar or squeeze a hand? But scientists and doctors have discovered something remarkable. Grip strength is one of the clearest markers of overall health and longevity after 71. It reflects far more than the power of your hands. It tells a story about your muscles, bones, nervous system, and independence. When your grip is firm, it signals that your body still has resilience, balance, and the strength to handle everyday life. But when grip weakens, the risks grow. Studies link poor grip strength to higher chances of heart disease, stroke, and memory decline. It isn't about the hand itself, it's about what the hand represents. The body works as a system, and weakness in one part often reflects weakness throughout. Margaret, at 74, noticed she was struggling to open even a simple water bottle. At first, she laughed it off, but over time, the loss of strength began to chip away at her confidence. She worried about whether she could keep living alone. With encouragement, she began light exercises, small hand weights, resistance bands, even squeezing a soft ball during TV time. Slowly, her grip returned, and with it came something more valuable: her independence. Doctors often say that muscle is the currency of aging. The more of it you keep, the longer you stay active and self-reliant. Grip strength is one of the easiest ways to measure that currency. That is why researchers often use it as a quick predictor of how well someone may live into their 80s or 90s. The beauty here is that improving grip strength doesn't require a gym. Carrying groceries, gardening, light weight training, or even daily chores can all strengthen your hands and arms. The goal isn't T to crush someone, S hand in a handshake. It S to ensure you can keep opening doors, cooking meals, and holding on to the life you've built. So the next time you pick up a jar, a book, or even a grandchild's hand, pay attention. That simple act carries more meaning than you think. A strong grip is more than physical power. It is a promise that your body and spirit still have the strength to keep going. The state of your mind, your ability to recall, focus, and problem solve, is one of the strongest predictors of how long you may live after 71. Doctors and psychologists often point out that when the brain stays sharp, it reflects something bigger, a body that is still in balance. Blood flow, nutrition, mental activity, and emotional health all show up in the clarity of your thoughts. Many seniors notice small lapses first: misplacing keys, forgetting an appointment, or losing track of a conversation. These moments may seem harmless, but they can signal the brain is not getting the support it needs. Over time, unchecked cognitive decline not only shortens life expectancy but also erodes independence, making daily living harder. Carol, at 76, realized she was forgetting things more often, like whether she had locked the front door or what she had eaten for lunch. Instead of ignoring the signs, she decided to act. She began reading more, doing puzzles, and engaging in lively discussions at her local community center. She also adjusted her diet, adding leafy greens and foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Within months, she felt sharper, her memory steadier, and her confidence stronger. Science backs this up. Research shows that mentally engaged seniors live longer, healthier lives. Activities like reading, solving crosswords, or even learning a new skill stimulate the brain's plasticity, its ability to grow and adapt even in later years. Some doctors argue whether brain training apps make a difference, but most agree on this. Staying socially connected and mentally active protects the mind better than isolation ever will. Protecting cognitive sharpness is not about avoiding mistakes. It's about nurturing habits that keep your brain alive and responsive. Simple things help: getting enough sleep, staying active, eating nourishing foods, and keeping conversations flowing. Even laughter and storytelling stimulate memory and creativity. Your brain is more than an organ. It is the command center of your life. When it stays strong, your world stays vibrant. A sharp mind doesn't just help you live longer. It ensures that the years you gain are truly worth living. Of all the predictors of a long, healthy life after 71, social connection is perhaps the most underestimated. Doctors and researchers have found that isolation is as damaging to health as smoking or obesity. Meanwhile, strong friendships, family ties, and community bonds act like invisible medicine, lowering stress, strengthening the immune system, and keeping the mind alive. Think of Harold, 82. After his wife passed, he retreated from neighbors and relatives, spending most of his days alone in silence. Slowly, his health declined. He lost energy, his appetite faded, and even his memory seemed weaker. But when he finally joined a local senior center and began chatting, playing cards, and laughing again, everything changed. His mood lifted, his energy returned, and even his doctor noted improvements in his blood pressure and overall vitality. Scientists are still debating exactly why social ties have such a powerful impact. Some argue it's the stress relief from laughter and companionship. Others believe it's the way conversations keep the brain engaged, exercising memory and attention. But almost everyone agrees on one thing: loneliness shortens life, while connection lengthens it. For older adults, social connection is not just company, it is survival. A phone call with family lowers anxiety. A walk with a neighbor keeps you moving. Even small conversations at the grocery store remind you that you belong. The human heart thrives when it feels seen and valued. It doesn't matter whether you are naturally outgoing or shy. What matters is that you nurture at least a few genuine bonds. A regular call to your children, attending a community event, volunteering at a local charity, or even inviting a friend over for tea, these small acts add up to something far larger: resilience and joy. Relationships are not accessories in old age, they are lifelines. By building and protecting them, you extend not only the number of your days but the quality within them. A strong circle of connection is one of the clearest signs that life still has richness waiting to be lived. If there is one sign that quietly shapes how long and how well you live after 71, it is the spirit you carry inside. Optimism, the belief that tomorrow holds something worth waking up for, isn't just a mindset. Studies show it lowers stress hormones, reduces inflammation in the body, protects the heart, and even strengthens the immune system. In other words, hope heals. Resilience is optimism's closest partner. It is the ability to rise after a fall, to adapt when life changes, and to keep moving forward when loss or illness tries to stop you. Every senior has faced challenges. grief, illness, financial setbacks, but the way you respond makes all the difference. Those who bend without breaking often live longer and with greater joy. Evelyn, at 77, was diagnosed with a chronic illness that could have defined the rest of her life. Instead of surrendering, she chose to adapt. She leaned on her faith, tended her garden, and found joy in small victories. Years later, she is still active, still laughing, and still reminding her children that attitude is everything. Her story shows what research confirms. Your outlook can lengthen your life as surely as medicine. Doctors and psychologists often debate whether optimism is inherited or learned. Some argue personality is fixed early, while others insist it can be cultivated at any age. What's certain is that simple practices, gratitude journaling, surrounding yourself with positive people, focusing on what you can do instead of what you can strengthen resilience like daily exercise strengthens muscles. Optimism isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about seeing the light even when shadows fall. When you choose to carry that light, you add not just years to your life, but life to your years. So ask yourself, what gives you purpose tomorrow? What brings a smile even in hardship? Protect those treasures, because they are more powerful than any clock or calendar. They are the secret signs that your story is not finished yet. As we close this journey, pause for a quiet moment and let these 7 signs settle in your heart. Walking speed, lung capacity, grip strength, mental clarity, social connection, optimism, and resilience. Each one is more than a measurement. They are living signals, whispering the truth about your future, not as a sentence, but as an invitation. The beauty of these signs is that none of them are set in stone. They can be strengthened, nurtured, and renewed even after 71. A slower walk can be trained into a steadier stride. A tired breath can become deeper with gentle practice. A lonely heart can find warmth again in a single phone call, and a mind clouded with doubt can rediscover hope with the smallest spark of gratitude. Aging is not a slow disappearance. It is a chance to choose what matters most, to honor the body you live in, to protect the mind that carries your story, and to cherish the connections that keep you human. Science may measure years, but wisdom measures meaning. So let these signs be your compass, not your fear. Every step you take to strengthen them is a step toward not just living longer, but living better, with dignity, joy, and purpose. Thank you for being here. Share one thing you've learned today in the comments and tell us how you'll use it in your own life. Reading your reflections reminds us that none of us walk this path alone. If you found this video meaningful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating stories and guidance that inform, comfort, and inspire. We look forward to meeting you in the next chapter of this journey. Until then, breathe deeply, walk steadily, and carry hope like a lantern into tomorrow.